Hello, YouTube subscribers. Today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing another movie trailer review. Yes,
7 years travel.
I've been lacking on doing movie trailers lately, and I'm sorry about that. I will try my best and catch up on any of the movie trailers you guys want me to do trailer reviews on. Like Five Nights at Freddy, I know that for sure, but um, today is the Wonka origin story movie trailer that I'm gonna do a review on. Now, when I was younger, I was into the Johnny Depp one. I got introduced to Wonka through the Johnny Depp one. My mom hated that one. Not just because it wasn't because of Johnny Depp. Even though she hated how he did act in that version, when I got a little bit older, I explained a little more better to her that it wasn't a sequel, it wasn't a prequel, it was a remake. Now, my mom and sister, when I got a little older, they introduced the original one to me. After I got introduced to the original one, I thought it was a little better. Did I have a few problems with it? Yes, I did. But honestly, with any original movie, sequels, prequels, remakes, you're always gonna have problems. If you see it then or if you see it now. But and I even love the rumors that there's a movie out there with Chris Evans that he did a train movie and that movie he did was a sequel to the original Willy Wonka movie. I love that theory. I think that theory is really freaking hilarious and funny, but not really my sister, but again, she doesn't have the sense of humor as I do. But here's the trailer.
I spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you remain a great engineer, eh?
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty? Absolutely so.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
No daydreaming.
What are we gonna do, Willie?
Huh.
Huh?
Huh.
A double hump.
You think that's on paper?
Uh-huh.
I got an idea. I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
You promise?
I pinky promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate chip is simple.
Where's this?
It's just
What's happening? Who wants a chocolate that makes it fly?
Let's find out, shall we?
Who's for a Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
he's good. Too good.
Pretty sure I gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You could change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change all their lives.
Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours.
Here we go, Mama.
Mark my words, this is gonna be the greatest chocolate show the world has ever seen. So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
A number what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late. I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
Alright, December 15th. I gotta say, am I excited for this? I am. I was not expecting to. I was not really excited at all once I heard that. It was actually really fun. When I started hearing rumors about this, of who they got to play Willy Wonka, I liked how they did one of the costumes. I thought he looked great. It first got me on board seeing who they cast as the original, a younger version of the original Willy Wonka. I thought just by the picture itself and the way how they had it was colorful of its own. And then, which it was a funny time because I realized I had a problem, and right when I had that mouth problem, I was trying to figure out how to do the video and not to be in pain. So, but on the side of that, and then it got further and further in, and then it's like, I heard a rumor that, I heard it was a musical, which you can't, okay, if you're doing a prequel of the original movie, you gotta make it a musical, because no matter what, if you do a prequel of the original movie, of a original musical movie, and yes, it is a musical, you can't deny that, and argue with that, you gotta make the prequels, the sequels, a musical, because if you don't, then you lose half of that magic of the first movie, of the original movie. But I gotta say, the kid that they got, yes, I haven't seen many of his movies. I have not seen many of his movies. I do want to see one of his movies that, came out, like, I want to say a few years ago. But, where it's like a apocalypse space movie with Zendaya, but they got a good actor to play a younger version of the original actor Willy Wonka. It's awesome, and yes, what he's doing with the role, yes, it does, to me at least, it feels like he's giving as much as he can to make it feel like that original actor's feeling, that original actor from the original Willy Wonka movie, the way how that actor betrayed Willy Wonka, the excitement, the excitement, the jokes, the whole feeling of it. But the one thing I do gotta agree with is that honestly I still feel like he's still trying to find right now by this trailer, is that he's trying to find a part, or I think he already has found a little small area to leave a mark on this one, even though yes, this is supposed to be a prequel, but with some actors and actresses doing like roles as a prequel or a sequel or even from the original, you gotta leave a mark on the certain character that you're doing, that to make it feel like your own, but also make it feel like that same character that came before you. However, that actor or actress betrayed that character that came before you, or maybe, I don't know, after you. I don't know, but do I have my negatives with this? Yes, but so far that was like my main big positive. When I heard, do I like the story plot so far? Yes, I do. I really do, and I really do like what I see I am really liking what I'm seeing right now because it's awesome. Of the coloring, the artwork, just everything. Now I will jump into one of my negatives right now. Actually, real quick at this scene, I like how they're leaving it a musical. Yes, I will be glad to actually say I'm actually happy to watch a musical. I don't mind most musicals, depends how it is. I heard that they're making Phoenix's Joker sequel a musical, maybe not a musical. It's still up in the air. It hasn't been talked about again, ever again. But I know it's still in the air. Honestly, I think it'd be funny if it was a musical. Da 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 da. But if you got the original Willy Wonka and if you're doing it, and that's a musical, can't deny that's a musical. I mean, and it's not an argument you want to start either. It is a musical, but if you're doing a prequel to any musical movie and any sequel to a original movie, hell, even a remake to the original movie that had music in it and that was considered a musical, gotta make that prequel, sequel, requel, remake a musical as well. So I'm glad they're doing it here because it yeah. Now, okay, this is one of my negatives though. The problem with remakes, sequels, prequels based on the original movie, requels, sequels, remakes, whatever. They always add in an extra character to help the main character to continue the to continue the movie, to continue their journey. And honestly, yes, I can see that they're adding a Charlie character in here, even though Charlie comes after the origin story. But basically, if you really want to look at it, ladies and gentlemen, this little girl is supposed to be the Charlie of the movie. So we really shouldn't be that shocked that we're gonna have a Charlie in the movie. Just a girl. Black girl. Um so it honestly and in the original movie, yes, honestly, they can get away with it in the original movie because why would Wonka bring her back? Why would Wonka bring her up until it was actually important? Because knowing the original Willy Wonka, it was it was knowing the original Willy Wonka, he would bring up something that is important until when it does become important. So, and we really didn't go after that point. So it's like but most time like doing prequels to sequels. Okay, well, sequels, it's still a little hard, but still, it still can ruin the original movie and sequel itself. Requel and remake. It always ruins the whole movie when you try to add one extra character that did not need to be needed at all to continue your main character's story plot. But we got origin story of Willy Wonka. What about Charlie? Charlie comes after. Can't we add a Charlie type thing character? A little black girl. Which, honestly, I gotta say.
Uh-huh.
I got an idea. I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
You promise?
Honestly, even though he does have a mind of a child, Wonka, you can't deny that either. Yes, he does. He has a mind of a fucking child. I truly feel like this is a way they could say this is where he gets the idea of having a child to take over at his factory, yada yada yada. When technically, he really didn't need. You can't really throw that out there exactly because the general audience, most of the general audience already figured that. Okay, yeah, I don't think it was a child that actually gave him that main idea of, hey, yeah, well, I'm getting old. Well, hell, let's have a child to run my factory because child has a mind of imagination. He had a mind of a child. He had the imagination of a child. He already figured that himself. He didn't. So at the producers at the studio says this is why he actually he leans onto the children later on. That's a bullshit lazy way to say how he actually thought of how he could think of who could take over his factory. Bullshit lazy excuse. But if they don't, not trying to be mean either other way, not trying to be mean to the actress that's playing the little girl. She's gonna do her best. Her part's gonna be great. Her part's basically help extending the story, but yeah.
A pinky promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate to Mr. Blue.
Where's this? It's just
What's happening?
And once I first heard this negative, once I first heard this actually became my negative.
How do you like it? Dark, white? Scratch that. Reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you remain a great ingenuity.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty? Absolutely the same.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel.
Now, the chocolate cartel. Once I heard that, I heard there was a leak. Part of the script got out, and it was of the story. Don't know if it was intentional, but it was where Wonka goes up against chocolate cartel people. And the way how the script put it was where Wonka fights and survives the victory of chocolate cartel people. I'm like, okay, not trying to be mean, but are you trying to make Willy Wonka a gangster fighting chocolate hero? I'm like, what the fuck is going on with you guys? So I'm like, you know what? I'll wait until I actually see a trailer and they actually bring them up in the first trailer. That's great. Then I can base my own better opinion. Businessman. Business chocolate man. That's a little better, honestly, than just throwing it in people's minds, sounding like a gangster area. So it's like chocolate cartel business people. Is it a little better to me? Yeah. And is it gonna be even more fun to the film? Yeah. But did it take away the negative that I had of the idea? Yes, it did. But I'm pretty sure once I go see the film, the negative will come back up.
Who's Robert? Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
He's good. Too good.
Pretty sure I've gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You could change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change all their lives.
Which, okay, that I'm actually glad that they added in the trailer, quoting, is that Wonka does change lives. He's not, he's an icon, and even though he's a weird icon to look up to, like I said, Wonka has screws, but he's losing most of them, and most of them aren't that tight in the head either. But he's an icon to look up to. He's a man of art. He's a visionary. And that's how most art, and honestly, visionary art, painters, whatever, do change other people's lives of the way they see that person's art, their way of creativity. So Wonka can do that.
Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours.
There we go, Mama.
And of course, honestly, the original Willy Wonka. You can't deny it. You can't really say no, it did not. The original Willy Wonka had some sad, heart-hit moments. Heart-hitting, emotional moments. And that's what made, and to me, that's what also made the original Willy Wonka perfect as well, is that it didn't just focus on art creativity, it didn't just focus on imagination, it also hit the feeling of actually, okay, you got this poor kid, his family, yada yada, heart hitting, feeling mushy gushy. So, and then when they tried it in the Johnny Depp version, it really didn't hit that much of a very good like the first movie did. It failed. So in this one, for him to say, here we go, mama,
Every good.
you can get the idea.
So you hold on to yours.
There we go, Mama.
You can get the idea of he's doing it for his mom. I don't know if she died from cancer or what happened to her, but whatever, if she didn't die, most time they don't have to lose their parents to get the more push, but they just go for it because their parents give them confidence. But it's more of, but I could see something happened, something went wrong, and his mom's probably last words was, "Go chase your dream, go if you won't do it for yourself, do it for me. And honestly, I think that would be the most heartfelt words that would be mostly used in every movie to hit that emotional state of how Wonka finally pushes his dream and actually succeed than he actually thought he would.
Mark my words, this is gonna be the greatest chocolate show the world has ever seen. So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfect...
Okay, and here's my newest, biggest negative about this movie. Is the CGI. This dude. Okay, yeah. If people seen Little Man, or at least I think that's what it's called. You guys know that CGI, that computerizing, how they did. Yeah, it was still dorky, and looking back on it, it could have used a little more better, but it's not as bad as this.
You're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
A number what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late. I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
So, to me, it does look bad. It looks bad. More worse than the computerizing face onto the little man's body from Little Man.
Oompa Loompa.
And if the orange skin color and green hair, if the green hair is not a wig, then it actually looks decent. I can actually get past that. But it does look like a wig. You can tell it looks like a wig. The orange skin looks computerized. If that's actually makeup, fair enough. I'll take it back. And the actor they got to play the Loompa Loompa, I'm sorry. Wow, they're sticking themselves with a low blow. I don't like the actor. I've seen a few movies where he's a dick, and yeah, no. It's not funny. It's not great. It's not adorable. What made the Loompas memorable? Well, fine, I'll say this. He kind of does look like the Loompas, but you know what? Yeah, I just gotta wait until I see the movie.
A number what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear
But I do like this scene. It's where he's like, "Oh no, please don't sing," and
that.
Too late. I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
I just love how Wonka's like, "Oh no, please no," and Wonka's like, "Okay, yeah." But for the Loompa to say, once we start dancing, we can't stop. So let me get this straight. Wonka actually did not abuse the Loompa Loompas, because there's always been a theory around that he abused them, where he's like, "You gotta dance, you have to dance," and all that weird shit, and where basically they could stop, that they had the ability to stop if they wanted to. Right here, shows for their own free will. That basically once they start dancing themselves, they can't stop. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm like, no. But will I go see this in theaters? Yes. Yes, I will. I will not pass this up in theaters. I'll even drag a few friends with me to go see it. But drop your comments down below. What did you guys think of the movie trailer? Are you guys gonna go and see it in theaters? Are you guys gonna wait for it to come out on DVD and Blu-ray and rent it through the Redbox? Which movie is your favorite Wonka movie? Is it the original? Is it somehow the Johnny Depp one? Is it somehow, I don't know, I guess like Chris Evans one, since I guess like Chris Evans is considered a sequel somehow. So have a nice can't talk. Don't forget that like button or dislike button if you didn't like the video or did like the video. It's up to you. You're the viewer, you're the one that's watching it. Have a nice day. Have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Peace.